So when Ghori ended in India in 1206 with the demise of Shahabuddin or Muizuddin Ghori, so Qutbuddin Aibek was the person who laid the foundation of proper Muslim rule in India with the capital at Delhi in 1206 that lasted till 1857 until British invaded. So there are a number of families who ruled from 1206 to 1857. So their names are these. The first one were Mamluks or slaves, and after them came the Khilji dynasty, established by Jalaluddin Khilji. And the most important one from Khilji family is Alauddin Khilji. So after Khilji came the family of Tughlaqs. In it, three rulers are very important: Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq, Muhammad bin Tughlaq, and Firoz Shah Tughlaq. And after Tughlaqs came the Sayyid dynasty. Sayyid dynasty is not very important because they were brought into power by Tamur Lang. So they were not independent, so they had to obey Tamur Lang, orders from Tamur Lang. So that's why they are not considered very important in Muslim rule in India. So after Sayyid dynasty came Lodhi dynasty. And in Lodi dynasty, all the three rulers are very important: Behlol Lodi, Sikandar Lodi, and Ibrahim Lodi. So the second battle of Panipat happened between Ibrahim Lodi and Babur. So in this way, Mughals came. Mughals came into power. So for a very short period of time, Suri dynasty also came into power. Suri dynasty. So Sher Shah Suri is a very important figure in Sher Shah Suri dynasty. So after that, Mughals came to power again. Mughals. So this is the tree of Muslim rule in India, and at last eventually British. And then 1947 partition happened. So let's now move on to the first person, Qutbuddin Aibak, very quickly. So Qutbuddin Aibak was the first person among Mamluk dynasty. So why is this called Mamluk dynasty or slave dynasty or Delhi Sultanate? Because it was established by a slave. So it is said that he was not freed by his master Muizuddin Shahabuddin or Muizuddin Ghori. Even when he had died, when Muizuddin died, so Qutbuddin Aibak was not freed by him. So he never received any letter of manumission. So he was a slave even at that time. So after his death, he declared himself to be the new sultan. So that is why it is called slave dynasty. So because he was a slave, this thing is disputed one, that he was slave or not a slave, because a lot of writers has written like Minhaj in his book Tabqat Nasri. He writes that Qutbuddin Aibak was a sultan, which actually he wasn't, and he used to strike queens in his own name, the evidence of which has not been found until now. So that's why we assume that he was not freed and he never struck coins in his name, the currency coins. So not a true sultan but a malak. He never called himself sultan, he used to call himself as malak. So that's why he's not considered as a true founder and a ruler of slave dynasty. So obviously he was not acknowledged, he never received any investiture or an acknowledgement from the caliph in Baghdad or from anywhere else. So he wasn't considered as a sultan, so he never pursued being called as sultan. So these are the hardships he faced at the start of his tenure. So there was Tajuddin Yildoz. back in war, Nasruddin Qabacha in Multan and Sindh, and the Rajputs in Gujarat and Malwa and Jalore side. So they attacked and they showed resentment. So what uh, Qutbuddin Aibak did was that he married the daughter of Tajuddin Yildiz, gave his daughter in marriage to Nasruddin Qabacha. So in this way he managed to strike a number of treaties with all these, and he uh, confronted Rajputs and restrained them to their own areas and never allowed them or never gave them any chance, gave Rajputs any chance to come closer to his territory or invade his territory. So Rajputs attacked those areas which were not under Qutbuddin Aibak but were ruled by other Turks. So Turks lose their territory and Rajputs became strong, but they never but Rajputs never entered the territory of Qutbuddin Aibak. So Qutbuddin Aibak, during I have discussed in previous lecture when we were discussing Gauri, that from 1195 to 1202 or 1204, Qutbuddin Aibak was busy in conquering or conquesting India, like Bihar. No, Bihar was by Bakhtiyar Khilji. Qutbuddin Aibak has conquered Delhi, the battle of famous battle of Tarain, first and second, and then towards Gujarat. Qutbuddin Aibak has conquered these areas. So during his reign, from 1206 to 1210, he never went on an foreign on a foreign what is that word? Okay, forget that. Yeah, I'm not getting that word right now. So expedition. Oh yes, expedition. Any foreign expedition. So that's no external conquest. So he was very strong when it comes to administration. He had made his rule very stabilized in India. So he was a very strong political monarch. He has, for the first time in India, the concept of prime minister or wazir was given by Qutbuddin Aibak. He established the post of Diwane Wazir. So a wazir was mm, so the post of wazir was made, and there has to be a wazir who will give advice to the king or the sultan or malik. So the capital was actually at Delhi, but the administrative capital was Lahore. So it is said that Qutbuddin Aibak never went to Delhi to rule. So he all ruled from Lahore majorly. That is also the reason that he is not considered as a true ruler or true founder of Delhi Sultanate. So because his capital was Lahore. So what he afterward he did is that he established law and order in his territory, and roads were free from robbers and thieves. So that is the reason that he had been titled as Lakh Baksha, the savior of million 1 lakh lives, savior of 1 lakh lives, Lakh Baksha. So that is the title of Qutbuddin Aibak given by people to him. So he never lost his territory. He was very strong when it comes to defending his territories. So there is a number of architectural sites we found, we find built by Qutbuddin Aibak. So the first one is Dhai Din Ka Jhonpda, because it is said that during his visit to Ajmer, he ordered to build a place where he could rest. So he rested there for 2.5 days. So a Dhai Din Ka Jhonpda was built there for him to rest. So kind of rest place was built for him, that is called Dhai Din Ka Jhonpda. And then he is said to have been to have built tomb of Moinuddin Chishti, who wasn't dead at that time. Moinuddin Chishti died in 1236, but he had built his tomb before his death, or a place for Moinuddin Chishti to rest forever was built by Qutbuddin Aibak. And then the very important thing is that Prithviraj Chauhan is considered as the most powerful Hindu ruler of Delhi. So he was defeated in second battle of Tarain 1192. So he had a mahal called Rai Pathora in Delhi, where around about Delhi, which is now a part of Delhi obviously. So the Rai Pathoragarh was a mahal or a fort that was built by Prithviraj Chauhan. It was demolished by Qutbuddin Aibak, and instead of and in that place, he built Maharwali city. That is a small town in Delhi. So that was built. And what else he did was Quwwat-e-Islam Masjid or a mosque was built in the place of Shiv Mandir. It is said that not a single brick of Shiv Mandir was wasted. All the bricks were changed into the bricks of the masjid. So in Delhi, Qutub Minar, the base only was built by Qutbuddin Aibak, and it is said that he made that Qutub Minar in his own name, but that's not true because he was he had uh, an allegiance with Qutbuddin Bakhtiyar Kaki. So, to honor his master or religious master, he had built this Qutub Minar in the name of Qutbuddin Bakhtiyar Kaki, not in his own name as Qutbuddin Aibak. So, this Qutub Minar is referred to Qutbuddin Bakhtiyar Kaki, not Qutbuddin Aibak. So, he had built only base because after that he died, and two or three, the first, second, third stories were completed by Al Tutmish, who will come after Qutbuddin Aibak. So he ruled for 4 years. He died playing Chugan, or you can say polo. Polo is a game. He fell from his horse and couldn't bear the pain of wounds and died eventually. So he is buried in Lahore, square simple building in Anarkali on Mall Road. So if we sketch the the area he ruled, so we can say that that's the area of Pakistan. Oh, no place for India now. Okay, so we assume that this is India. So this is Bengal, and so from here Lakhnauti and Ujjain here, Lakhnauti here, and Mewar here, Multan here, and Lahore here, Samana here, Tarain here, Delhi here obviously, and Lucknow, Awadh. So these were the areas that were ruled by uh, Qutbuddin Aibak. So yeah, Hassan Nizami is the person who has mentioned Qutbuddin Aibak in his book Tajul Ma'asir, and the other person I have mentioned is Minhaj, and his book is Tabqat-e-Nasri. So he never asked for his name to be called in Khutbah of Jummah and never struck any coins in his name. So that is the point I have mentioned in the start. So this is all about Qutbuddin Aibak. So we will move on to El Tutmish in our next video.